Angeles, but none of them, as a professional, has been any more impressive than the lightweight, undefeated Pernell Whitaker. From the first moment he stepped into the ring as a pro, November 15, 1984 in Madison Square Garden against Baron Comeau, Whitaker of Norfolk, Virginia has showed ample style from his southpaw punching stance, power, particularly with the left hand, and extraordinary defensive skill for a fighter of such limited experience. This, a second-round knockout and easy victory later, summer of last year, here in his home area, the Norfolk, Virginia area. There was another impressive second-round knockout over John Senegal. That is the way it has gone for Pernell Whitaker. Today, we are in Hampton, Virginia, just across the Chesapeake Bay from Whitaker's hometown of Norfolk, all a part of the Tidewater, Virginia area. The crowd here in the Hampton Coliseum will be squarely behind the young lightweight as he continues his professional boxing growth. ABC Sports presents Budweiser Professional Boxing. Today from Hampton, Virginia, a lightweight match scheduled for 10 rounds between Pernell Whitaker and John Montes. This ABC Sports exclusive is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Barbasol Shaving Cream, a great shave at a great price. And by Sears New Century. Come see all the ways we've changed and all the ways we haven't.
I tried it. Now I believe it. Denorex tingles. Tells me it's doing more. Regular Head and Shoulders, no tingle.
Both have dandruff medicine, but Denorex adds an extra anti-itch medicine and conditioner, too.
Goodbye, Head and Shoulders. Hello, Denorex.
This cold wouldn't feel so bad if I could just breathe.
Try Dristan nasal spray with oxymetazoline, the #1 nasal decongestant among doctors. For 12-hour relief, try Dristan long-lasting nasal spray.
Ollie, if you don't hurry, I'll miss my plane.
Well, I'm doing the best I can in this terrible rain.
Would a new set of Anco wiper blades help?
Certainly. Put them on.
Change to Anco, the best-selling brand of wiper blades and refills.
There, now I can see an airplane. Airplane! Oh!
Don't worry, Ollie. It wasn't mine. That's mine.
Oh!
Anco, the best blades you can buy. Tests prove it.
There is a look inside the Hampton Coliseum at the ring in which Pernell Whitaker faces what will be, to this point in his career, his toughest professional fight. It is a boxing career which began at age 8 when a man named Clyde Taylor took Pernell, put gloves on him, and put him into the ring to continue an impromptu street fight which had begun in the housing project here in Norfolk, Virginia, nearby, where Pernell Whitaker, later called by his friends Sweet Pea or Pete, grew up. And it's a career which blossomed into an amateur campaign which saw him go into the ring more than 200 times, win 2 world championships, a Pan American Games championship, and ultimately an Olympic gold medal. Now, as a professional fighter, Whitaker has found fame and fortune, as this profile, present tense, of a fighter in development will show us. Among 9 American Olympic boxing gold medalists, Pernell Whitaker was the only one to score a knockout in his final bout. The gold medal capped a brilliant amateur career in which Whitaker also won 2 world championships. And he began his professional career as the #1 sports hero in his hometown of Norfolk and the surrounding Tidewater area.
Everybody in Norfolk is talking about him. He's an excellent fighter, and we all can't wait to see him.
Gracious, means a lot to Norfolk because we haven't had anything like that here before, and with the city trying to grow and all, and trying to get a name for itself, he's just a super fantastic person as far as sports is concerned.
Sweet Pea Whitaker, he's a really exciting fighter. He brings a lot of publicity to Norfolk, and I think it'll really be good for the community.
He has rewarded his fans with 7 straight triumphs, and when a broken foot kept him from fighting last December 21, Pernell scored a knockout of a different sort as he quickly rescheduled his planned wedding into his natural habitat.
When Pete approached me and told me that they wanted us to get married in the boxing ring, I asked him, was he crazy? I wanted to get married in the church.
The wedding was nice, you know. I'd rather been fighting that day, December 21st. I'd rather been boxing, but unfortunately, I broke my foot, broke a bone in my foot, and then we turned it into another fight. and that was the marriage. And the outcome of that was a draw. Both of us raised our arms, so, you know, there was no loser.
The broken foot also meant more time at home, more time with 4-year-old stepson Dominique and 17-month-old Pernell Whitaker Jr. There is maturity to be gained both inside and outside the ring, and understanding the children is a part of that process.
Now that I have kids, you know, they have to eat well and dress well, so I have to make sure that that happens. Then I have a wife that's money hungry too, so, you know, I have to take care of her. Her needs and everything, you know.
Whitaker's growth as a human being can also be seen in another walk of life. Surely not many of the students at Norfolk State University would be as comfortable strolling the campus with the school's president. But far-flung travel and an Olympic gold medal have already made this student a citizen of the world. In the classroom, Pernell Whitaker now retrieves the verbal skills and book knowledge he bypassed in a childhood spent fighting in the shadows of Norfolk's housing projects.
Pete initiated this. Pete had a desire to go to college and to improve himself. He enrolled in Norfolk State on his own. Then he had to sort of drop out because he was away training for the Olympics. After being very successful in the Olympics, Pete recognized that an educational background went along with the territory.
I don't have to go to school, you know, I could just be lazy and sleep all day because I don't, you know, this is my job is boxing, and, you know, right now I don't box, you know, every day, and I don't have to, when I'm home, I don't have to get up in the morning. So, you know, it's interesting to get up and have something to do, like go to school, and, you know, it's something I wanted to do anyway because I wanted to further my education.
And while his mind grows at school, the fighter knows his fortune is growing too, owning and acquiring real estate, an experience he might not have foreseen.
I have my own corporation. I have, you know, Sweet Pea Enterprises, you know.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm starting at a young age, you know, and I have an apartment I'm renting out, you know, so I'm getting into the business right now, you know, kind of small. I have a townhouse that I'm renting out, and plus I'm buying another house after this fight, and I have I have a lot of home equity.
It's a new life for Pernell Whitaker, all tied to his growing equity in boxing's lightweight division. Today, he continues trying to build toward the championship his managers believe he will soon win. And now we are live in the arena as John Montes has already entered the ring, and here comes Pernell Whitaker. The record you see there, 7 wins, 0 losses, 6 of the wins by knockout. Whitaker steps up into the ring, and you hear the roar from the crowd. I mentioned that he is from the town of Norfolk, which is directly across the James River from here in Hampton. Not across the Chesapeake Bay, as I said earlier, but across the James River. There's a good look at Whitaker as he continues to warm up. John Montes, the opponent, 29 wins, 3 losses, 22 knockouts. The 3 losses, all to men who held world titles at one time or another. We'll be back right after this.
This bud's for all that you do. You keep America going. You keep the juices flowing. You are the muscle, the hope and the hustle. You keep the country growing, and you make America work, and this bud's for you. You keep the nation trying. Keep the dream from dying. You're the believer, the fun and the fever. You keep the heart of it flying, 'cause you make America work, and this spot's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beer.
You make America work, and this spot's for you.
Tyrell Biggs. He's proved he's a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight ranks. He sports an 8-0 record. 6 of his victories have been by knockout. His next test, slugger Jeff Sims. Live. ABC Sports Professional Boxing Series returns in 2 weeks.
We are back live now and moments away from the start of this fight. Joining me now is our ABC Sports boxing expert, Alex Wallow. And Alex, everyone agrees that it has been an auspicious beginning as a professional for Pernell Whitaker. What are the qualities that make him special in the ring?
Well, I think the thing, Jim, that has amazed boxing people about Pernell is the speed with which he's made the transition from the amateurs to the professionals. He has shown right away from that very first fight in Madison Square Garden the ability to sit down and punch with power as opposed to flicking his punches as he did in the amateurs. He's shown the ability to slip punches rather than backing away from the aggression by his opponent. He's shown the ability to move from his natural counterpunching style into an attacking fighter. And he's done all this with a poise that really is amazing for a fighter so early in his professional career. Boxing people are already looking to a showdown between him and the current star of the lightweight division, Hector Camacho, the WBC champion. But before Whitaker is ready for a title fight with Camacho, he has to prove himself against a seasoned 10-round veteran like John Montes, who really represents a big step up in terms of ability and experience. Yes, Whitaker has shown all the qualities that we talked about, but he's done it against 6-round prelim fighters. Today he'll have to do it against a seasoned 10-round veteran, an all-round professional fighter like John Montes. And I think this fight will go a long way towards determining what Whitaker's future will be.
Which brings up a point. Montes has been close to the title before. This is an opportunity for him to reestablish himself some way.
Yes, he has. He's been ranked as high as number 4 in the world, he never got the title shot he thought he deserved. A win here today would put him in a position for a title shot. His manager, Benny Georgino, who's managed 3 world champions, thinks the Whitaker people are crazy to take as tough a fighter as John Montes this early in Whitaker's career.
What do you think both fighters have to do in order to turn the bout their way?
Well, Whitaker just has to do what he's done already in his 7 pro fights. Effective combination punching, speed of hand and foot, in and out, put punches together, right hooks, right jabs, and that straight left hand that we saw in the opening. For John Montes, he's a solid, as we said, all-round professional. Can work to the body, can work to the head, puts pressure on you. Benny Georgino thinks he can force Whitaker out of his natural style, and we'll see how well Pernell Whitaker can adapt today.
It is, in the words of Whitaker's manager, Lou Duva, a crossroads fight. And now you look at the tail of the tape, which reveals one fascinating fact with regard to the two fighters. You will see that Montes has a 4-inch height advantage, and yet despite that advantage, the reach of the two fighters is the same. So Montes is a man with range and height, but it does not translate into the expected reach advantage over the very quick Pernell Whitaker. And now in the middle of the ring, they get their instructions from referee Al Rothenberg, who is from nearby Virginia Beach. Here in Virginia, 3 judges will score the bout. The referee does not score. 8-ounce gloves, a 19 feet by 9-inch ring, 19 feet 9 by 19 feet 9. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The bell cannot save a fighter except at the end of the last round. There is a mandatory 8 count on all knockdowns.
Okay, hold it. Yeah, hold it up a minute.
Familiar figure of Lou Duva there as he watches the gloves being laced on to John Montes here at the last moment. Whitaker's gloves were laced on in his dressing room before he came to the ring. And now Montes is ready to go, and the two fighters prepare for round 1 of a scheduled 10 rounds. The first scheduled 10-round bout of Whitaker's professional career. And as the bell rings, Whitaker is already in the middle of the ring.
Both fighters are coming off long layoffs, Jim. Whitaker's been out 4 months with a broken ankle we talked about earlier. John Montes out 8 months, and I think they'll both be a little bit tight here in the opening round.
Montes has been in with some very tough fighters. 10 full rounds last July with Cornelius Boza Edwards.
That was his last fight, and that was against a left-hander, so he has been in with some experienced left-handers. Another notable one, of course, Hector Camacho, who stopped John in the first round with an uppercut. He has been vulnerable to uppercuts throughout his career. He was knocked down by Boza Edwards by one, and that might be a punch to look for.
Whitaker has shown an ability to deliver the uppercut. There you see the left hook. southpaw against Montes, who is a reformed southpaw. Has become a right-handed fighter, but during his amateur career, he fought from a southpaw stance. Whitaker again scoring with the left.
Montes looks very, very tight here. The veteran is fighting like the rookie.
The body with the left. Whitaker scoring consistently now through the middle portion of round number 1.
Hold it. I got you. Stop you swinging.
Montes has been throwing the jab, but not getting it within range. Stiff, short-arm punches by Montes. He doesn't appear willing at this point to step forward and extend those blows. Whitaker again with the left.
Watch your head. Hold it. I got you. Break it. Watch your head.
I'm really surprised that Montes letting Whitaker take the play away from him like this. He's really retreated and hasn't gotten off first at all.
Thus far, it has been an easy round for Pernell Whitaker, who has dominated the action from the very beginning. 23 seconds to go as you see the clock in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Again, the left hook. Montes has shown no defense for it yet. An easy round for Pernell Whitaker in the biggest test of his career. Round 1 comes to a close.
Hold it.
Now, Selsun Blue, the #1 doctor-recommended dandruff shampoo, introduces a new extra conditioning formula.
It leaves my hair looking so soft and manageable. It has 5 conditioners, including aloe, that leaves hair in beautiful condition.
And Selsun Blue Extra Conditioning Formula contains the anti-dandruff ingredient doctors recommend most. No leading brand gets rid of dandruff flaking or itching better.
New Selsun Blue Extra Conditioning Formula controls dandruff and leaves hair in beautiful condition.
Sears National Hardware Sale with big savings to celebrate Sears' new century. This Craftsman garage door opener with 2 transmitters, $159.88. This Craftsman 20-inch power mower, $149.99. This Craftsman circular saw and carbide-tipped blade, or this Craftsman router, $39.99. For more new century savings, come to Sears National Hardware Sale now.
There's more for your life at Sears.
Go.
Back in the Hampton Coliseum, beginning of round 2 between Pernell Whitaker in the gold trunks, John Montes in the blue. Undefeated Olympic gold medalist Whitaker clearly dominated round 1. And Montes already significantly more aggressive as round 2 begins.
Montes, who normally takes the lead, is sitting here waiting for Pernell Whitaker to get off the punches first and looking to counterpunch. He's consistently getting beat to the punch.
And already Montes's features have begun to redden under the consistent tattoo of left-hand punches from Pernell Whitaker. Most of Montes's shots so far have been blocked by Whitaker's gloves. The right got through.
With that jab, baby, stop it! See, there's almost no lateral movement in John Montes. He stays right in front of his man. In fact, unusually for a right-handed fighter, he sometimes circles to his right, and that's right into Pernell Whitaker's power with the left.
Could that be a leftover habit from his days as a southpaw, Alan?
I just think it's the fact that that's his style. He's just a stationary fighter who tries to get leverage with his punches and doesn't move around a lot. that just isn't an intelligent place for him to be. He'll get picked apart.
Body. That's it.
Whitaker slipped. And referee Al Rothenberg sends him back in.
Watch your head, both of you. Break, please. 2 steps back, that's it.
Look at that right
Good
jab
right
by
to the
Whitaker.
face. So we come near the close of the second round, and Pernell Whitaker continues to dominate John Montes.
Hold it.
The more things cost, the better they are. That's not always true. Consider Barbasol. Barbasol has as thick and rich a lather as any other leading foam, but Barbasol can cost half as much as the higher-priced foams. Consider also Barbasol Glide Stick Deodorant. It has a fresh, clean scent like any deodorant should, but Barbasol can cost as much as $1 less than the high-priced sticks. Barbasol Shave Cream and Barbasol Glide Stick. Great toiletries for a lot less money.
Okay, stand by. Let me know the minute that film comes in. In this business, you can't stop for a headache. I used to take aspirin or Tylenol, but I've switched to Advil. Advil contains a non-prescription strength of the medicine in the prescription brand Motrin. Doctors have recommended Advil over 1 million times. You see, just one Advil is as effective as 2 regular aspirin. That makes sense to me. And Advil didn't upset my stomach.
Look for a special Advil coupon in Sunday's paper.
Round 3 begins. Round 3 begins in Hampton, Virginia. Pernell Whitaker against John Montes, and now Montes attempts to pick up the pace early in round 3 after having appeared to lose both of the first 2 rounds to Whitaker.
Montes can be a very effective fighter on the inside. You alluded earlier, Jim, to his short arms. He can let those short arms go on the inside, but he hasn't been willing to thus far with Whitaker.
Whitaker continues to get the left hook through. Between rounds, Whitaker's trainer, George Benton, told him to go ahead and step inside, saying John Montes appeared to want no part of him inside. He'd have nothing to worry about in there.
When Pernell uses the left-hand lead like he just did, he has a bad habit of dropping that right hand, and he could be vulnerable to a Montes hook.
But so far, he has been beating Montes to the punch at every turn.
Whoa, watch it, hold it. Watch his head now, come on, watch your head. All right,
You hear referee Al Rothenberg telling Montes to watch the head. And the 2 fighters resume action. Punishing blow to the body by Whitaker.
Keep him up.
This is a much more patient Pernell Whitaker at this stage of the fight than we've seen in his first 7 fights, Jim. I think he's pacing himself. This is his first 10-rounder. He's not exploding as much as is normal for him. Saw him shake his head there. He just missed with the left.
The nickname Sweet Pea may be a bit misleading. Whitaker does appear, Alex, to have the disposition of a fighter.
It really does. It's not a very nice thing to say that somebody is nasty, but Pernell, in the ring, in his career, exhibits a lot of the qualities that another great lightweight, or a great lightweight named Roberto Duran had. He is a tough, mentally tough young fighter.
Come on, keep your head up.
And so far, he continues to carry the action to John Montes through 3 rounds in Hampton, Virginia.
Hold it.
Spilled a cup of coffee, ruined a sweater. Boss is screaming, send this letter. Call Emery, and it's as good as there. Emery's on the case, so you don't have to worry. We go any place.
Why, Emery?
It's as good as there.
I don't believe this book. Jock Sweet Kellogg's cornflakes. No pages, huh? Yeah. Larry Bird eats them. The Larry Bird.
Are the Celtics?
And Jimmy Connors. Eric Dickerson.
How about Joe Montana?
Dwight Jordan.
My man. Richard Gossage.
A goose.
It may surprise you who's eating cornflakes.
Joe Montana.
But not why. Great taste and solid nutrition. Make them a real breakfast winner.
Herschel Walker.
Fuzzy Zeller.
Somebody pass the milk. How about those Kellogg's cornflakes?
All right, here we go.
We return to Hampton, Virginia, round 4. Pernell Whitaker versus John Montes. Lightweight scheduled for 10 rounds. I'm Tim Lampley with Alex Wallow. Whitaker, in case you have just joined us, appeared, at least to my eyes, to have won the first 3 rounds in the fight.
Let go, fight, that's it.
Through the first 3 rounds, the veteran continues to appear the tighter of the 2 fighters. Whitaker more relaxed. You see his concentration, which I think is really an important part of his ability.
Pernell Whitaker, already thought of as a lightweight contender, only 8 bouts into his professional career. There are 3 lightweight titles in existence. One of them held by Hector Macho Camacho. That is the WBC championship. The WBA championship held by Livingstone Bramble. The IBF championship held by Jerry Paul.
Jimmy Paul out of Detroit. The thing that John Montes, I think, has to do here is he's finding it tough to hit Pernell Whitaker in the head. I think he should go to the body more, try to bring Pernell's hands down a little bit, try to weaken him a little bit, and try to test his ability to last over the 10-round distance. The problem is he hasn't been willing to get in close enough to do any punishment to the body.
We're midway through round 4, and we alert our local stations along the line that we'll be taking a station break right at the end of this round.
Those people who followed Sweet Pea Whitaker's amateur career can see already, I mean, throughout the first 3 rounds of this round of this fight, how changed he is. He used to be a retreating counterpuncher. He has done almost all of the advancing in this fight.
Whitaker cutting off the ring, moves Montes into the corner again and goes to work. The action beginning to level out a bit here in round 4. Montes has weathered the first 3 rounds, all of which belong to Whitaker. Now it's a little more of a fight. We'll be back with more from Hampton, Virginia after this word from your local stations.
AT&T is in fast action. The Buffalo Sabres wanted to sell more tickets.
Sabres ticket office.
We recommended AT&T International 800 service.
I just need your credit card number.
Which quickly expanded their market.
This makes over 1,100 orders from Canada.
And boosted sales 20%.
Sold out.
Another reason to choose AT&T long-distance services. Talk with us. AT&T, the right choice.
1,087,646, an impressive sales achievement for any business. But even more impressive, this sales achievement is for Oldsmobile. During the '85 model year, more Americans purchased Oldsmobiles than Buick, than Pontiac, than Lincoln, than Mercury, than any Chrysler, more than any import. More, in fact, than Toyota and Honda combined. Surprised? You shouldn't be. This was Oldsmobile's 4th year over 1 million, and the best news for you is we're going for 5.
Right.
Back in Hampton, Virginia, beginning of round 5. Whitaker in the gold trunks, Montes in the blue.
Get off his feet.
There is a look at heavyweight